Michael, your keeper told us that it wasn't the prettiest, but you're going to take that, aren't you, and the clean sheet that came with it?
Yeah, without doubt. I think there's games when you have to do that and show different sides to the game, really. And I kind of expected, we had the first 4 games where the first, obviously, 4 wins in a row and some really good performances in there. And I kind of expected a little bit of a kind of period where we would have to find ourselves a little bit and find results. And what we did it to a point at West Ham, and we had to do it today. And that spirit, that sacrifice, that willingness to work for each other and as a team. I think the way we had to defend the box for the last spell of the game, everybody playing their part, and in the end, a clean sheet, fantastic, and a great win for us.
The fact that you hadn't played for a while, did that affect the performance at all? It was a bit of a slog, wasn't it?
It was. It didn't really come easy for us tonight. It's a tough. I came to Everton for a long time, and when we come over here, it's always tough. And so I've never had an easy game. I've never had a game where it's all clicked. I don't think I can remember. So we expected a tough one tonight. Listen, when we played our last game is what it is, But the lads have trained really well actually, and we came in looking and feeling good about the game. It just was one of those nights for us, and it was a bit of a we had to dig deep. It was a bit of a struggle at times, but sometimes they're the best ones to win.
You used the word click there. 3 summer signings, they all clicked, didn't they, for the goal? Yeah,
it was a great move. We know we're capable of that. I think we've got players that can do that, and if we defend as a team and we put the work in, then we always feel we've got a chance. The clean sheet was just as important as the goal, but it was a fabulous goal, brilliant from Mateus, defending well, changing in the transition, and Brian picks out the pass, and for Ben it's just a really confident, strong finish, which I liked. It was fantastic, delighted for him again. He's made an impact again, and he keeps doing it.
And what kind of impact is he going to make going forward? Has he done enough for you to maybe have a think about perhaps starting him from the top?
Yeah, listen, Ben's in a good place at the moment, and we've had some really good talks about it. And patience is one thing for him, and building him and help him grow as a player and developing as a player here. And he's patient, and he understands that. He's going to be a big player for us for a long period of time. I'm sure of that. And so we got to manage that. We got some really good forward players, and he's made a big difference for us when he's been on the pitch. But that's obviously decisions as we move.
The final whistle echoed around the stadium as Michael Carrick stepped into the spotlight following a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Everton. The narrow scoreline told only part of the story, but for Carrick, the performance reflected discipline, patience, and belief. Speaking after the match, Carrick's tone was calm yet proud. He acknowledged the tight nature of the contest, emphasizing how difficult it is to break down a well-organized Everton side. He described the win as earned rather than given. Carrick highlighted the mentality of his players from the opening whistle. He explained that games like this are decided not only by quality but by concentration and resilience over 90 intense minutes. The manager praised his team's defensive solidity. He pointed out how important it was to maintain shape, especially when Everton began pushing forward in the second half. He was particularly pleased with the clean sheet. According to Carrick, shutting out the opposition in such a tight contest gives the entire squad confidence moving forward. The winning goal, though singular, was celebrated as a product of teamwork. Carrick explained that the move had been worked on in training, stressing the importance of preparation behind the scenes. He noted that patience played a key role. The players resisted the urge to rush attacks, instead choosing the right moments to advance. Carrick also spoke about composure under pressure. When Everton increased their intensity, his side did not panic but remained structured. The manager applauded the midfield unit for controlling the tempo. He believed their positioning prevented Everton from building sustained momentum. He mentioned how important transitions were in the match. Quick recoveries and intelligent distribution made the difference in small but decisive moments. Carrick did not shy away from admitting the game had tense phases. He acknowledged that the final 15 minutes tested his squad's character. He commended the back line for clear communication. According to him, organization in defensive phases is something that often goes unnoticed but wins matches. Carrick also praised the goalkeeper's awareness and timing. Even when not heavily involved, he maintained focus and readiness. He reflected on the team's work rate, emphasizing that every player contributed both offensively and defensively. The manager made it clear that this was not just about 3 points, but about growth. He sees such matches as building blocks for long-term development. Carrick described the atmosphere in the dressing room as positive yet grounded. He reminded his players that consistency matters more than a single result. He spoke about the importance of adaptability. Facing different tactical setups requires quick thinking and flexibility. Carrick mentioned how pleased he was with the substitutes' impact. He explained that depth in the squad is crucial across a demanding season. He credited the coaching staff for detailed analysis before the match. Preparation, he insisted, often determines narrow outcomes. Carrick acknowledged the supporters, thanking them for their energy and belief throughout the encounter. He admitted that while the performance was not flashy, it was professional. For him, professionalism is the foundation of success. The manager stressed that there is still room for improvement. Even in victory, he sees areas where his side can sharpen their execution. He reflected on the physical demands of the match. Carrick noted that endurance and conditioning played a vital role in maintaining intensity. He also spoke about leadership within the squad. Experienced players helped guide the younger ones through challenging moments. Carrick underlined the importance of unity. He believes a connected dressing room translates to stronger performances on the pitch. He emphasized that defensive discipline starts from the front. For him, pressing begins with attackers setting the tone. Carrick highlighted the tactical discipline shown in wide areas, where tracking back limited Everton's crossing opportunities. He admitted that one-goal margins always carry risk, but they also build mental strength when managed correctly. The manager praised the calm decision-making during stoppage time. He believed composure in those moments showed maturity. Carrick was careful not to underestimate Everton's quality. He described them as competitive and organized, making the victory even more meaningful. He spoke about learning from tight contests. Carrick views such matches as tests of character rather than just tactical battles. He reflected briefly on momentum. Consecutive positive results, he said, create belief and confidence. Carrick noted that communication on the pitch improved compared to recent games, which helped avoid unnecessary mistakes. He expressed satisfaction with the team's pressing triggers, explaining that timing was more effective than in previous matches. The manager also highlighted individual sacrifices made for the team's collective benefit. Carrick acknowledged the emotional control displayed by his players. Staying disciplined prevented avoidable fouls and bookings. He mentioned that game management in the final minutes was executed precisely as planned. Carrick discussed the importance of incremental progress. Each match offers lessons, even in victory. He made it clear that complacency has no place in his squad. The focus, he said, immediately shifts to the next challenge. The manager reflected on his pride in guiding the team through competitive fixtures under pressure. He reiterated that belief within the squad continues to grow with every disciplined performance. Carrick ended by emphasizing the standards he expects. Hard work, humility, and unity remain non-negotiable. As he walked away from the interview area, it was evident that this 1-0 victory meant more than just another result. For Carrick and his players at Manchester United, it symbolized progress, maturity, and the quiet confidence of a team learning how to win the hard way.